So I pull up to Chipotle to get my staple chicken burrito, and to put it lightly, it's a complete nightmare inside there. The system crashed. So I also had to pee extremely bad, but when I walked in, the line was somewhat long, and I wasn't sure about the system failure at that point, so I was like, I'm just gonna get my burrito first, go to the bathroom after. So what's usually like a 5 to 10 minute process max ended up being roughly 40 minutes. But rather than get pissed off at every little negative thing that's happening to me, I chose to do the complete opposite, because I walked in there with immaculate vibes, you know, just feeling good, ready to get a nice meal. So I wasn't about to let myself lose that good energy. So I'm literally waiting to pay. It probably took 10 minutes because the thing just kept shutting down. Eventually I had to come out to my car and get cash. But, you know, and then once I go put my burrito down, I'm like, all right, I can finally take a piss. You know, I'm about to piss my pants. And like, just one of the employees, you know, obviously he doesn't know what I'm doing, just like zooms into the bathroom and it's locked. I'm like, okay. So now I'm at the bathroom waiting to get in. You know, a couple more minutes added on. And then the dude comes out and the door closes, and I go to open the door and it's locked. It needs a code. So, you know, I run back around, get the code from the guy, handle my business, come out, eat the burrito. And something I read in a book, Transurfing Reality, describes the scenario like that I just described to you. It would describe it as a pendulum, and the pendulum's trying to drain your energy and use that energy, that good feeling that you have, and use it against you. It's just part of life. Everything's a pendulum. You know, when you say like so many things go wrong in life that you have to combat against and battle against, that's what a pendulum is essentially. Anything that can take your focus, can take your energy away from you, and kind of make you like unconscious of what you're doing. You're just kind of trapped aimlessly scrolling, or you're reacting to everything that's pissing you off, anything that can annoy you in life. And you know, just going through life, you're gonna take your lumps every day, every week. It's always something new, you know. But in regards to, if you play the mini game with the pendulum, if you play this game and you win, you get the energy that it was trying to take from you. So what I mean by that is, I felt good going into that Chipotle today, and it was absolute chaos inside there. But just based on how I decided to handle things, I walked away feeling even better. I know for me personally, when I'm stressed and annoyed and in that pissed off kind of state of mind, I struggle with eczema, and I know my eczema starts to legitimately act up when I'm feeling like that. Also as well, I have asthma, and my breathing, I start to wheeze somewhat, like I get this tightness in my chest. You know, just little worse things like that start happening to you. So the fact I was able to avoid all of that, it just shows that there's something to this. And what I mean by that is, now imagine if I lived every day of my life the first way I described to you, getting pissed off, reacting negatively, allowing that everything to affect me in a negative way. Now just picture that times 10. If I lived it every day of my life, I'm sure my asthma would be horrendous. My eczema would be horrible. I'd be scratching everywhere. But then again, if every single day you decide to choose the positive in that situation and you don't engage and you win those mini games with the pendulum, things start to add up. Now just picture that in the form of like a workout. If you work out every day, where are you going to be 6 months from now? Or if you do the opposite and you overeat and you don't move, where are you going to be 6 months from now? So these things can really make a difference, but it starts with one small, minute choice at a time, and then you just slowly build your way up. Picture them as like a mental, emotional, spiritual mini game. Not necessarily like a physical workout, but those battles with the pendulum can help your mental, can help your emotional, can help your spiritual. And two good things in terms of like having a good perspective that came out of this situation. Firstly, I got to practice my patience. Like, you pray for patience, you ask God for patience, and what he's gonna do for you is put you in scenarios where you can practice that patience. It's not like one day you just wake up and have patience. So that was the first thing that I was happy about. And the second thing that came was, you know, I'm starting this content journey and growing slowly but surely, but I got another video out of it. So honestly, when I came to Chipotle, I was just expecting to get a nice meal and a good burrito, but I ended up getting 3 things out of it. So if ever you're trying to stay positive and just not feed into that negativity, just honestly do your best to find the good in every single scenario. It's easier said than done, but you can honestly, if you truly want to, you can find the good in any scenario there is. I also genuinely believe that the more that you can stay in like a good mood throughout your day, or like some people call it like a higher frequency, feeling like immaculate vibes, I genuinely believe that the more that you can stay in that state of mind, state of being, the more that good things are attracted to you. So that's another plus from it. Another thing that we as humans have the ability to do is right in that split second when a situation arises, you have the ability to choose how you want to respond to it. So you can either feed it with anger and negativity and get pissed off, or you can choose to do the opposite. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours. So it's nobody's fault but your own. And if anybody out there has questions about the pendulum or when I'm talking about these things like the mini game and whatnot, like, feel free to reach out. I just touched on it here for this video for the purpose of keeping things short and sweet. But yeah, I would love to talk in depth with anybody out there that wants to know more about what I'm really trying to say here. And I just want to say, man, like, shout out to my freaking barber, yo. Like,
Up Top Barbershop.
Cuz he hooked it up. Cuz he hooked it up.